This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm Faye Fredericks with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. The trial of Michael Turney resumes today. He's accused of killing his own stepdaughter, Alyssa. The then 17-year-old disappeared in 2001. Alyssa's sister is expected to take the stand as the state's key witness. Her body has never been found. Trial started Thursday and is expected to take about 2 weeks before it heads to the jury. City of Phoenix officials in court today for the start of a 3-day trial, hoping to convince the Superior Court judge that efforts to clean up and clear out the homeless encampment known as the Zone are working. Business owners and neighbors who sued the city argue while there are some signs of improvement, they want a permanent injunction to force the city to clean up the area by the end of summer.
I gave them the SOS Safe Outdoor Spaces solutions, which we wrote together with service providers 2 years ago, and that still hasn't been done. So the only thing that seems to work is a court order and harsh stipulations and rules and deadlines.
Attorneys for the city of Phoenix say they are meeting the court's expectations while also complying with the federal court decision prohibiting cities from preventing people from camping if there's no shelter space available. Phoenix wants the judge to dismiss the case. Search continues for a suspect who Tempe police say shot at a sergeant over the weekend. We're told that sergeant tried to pull over an Escalade near Priest and Washington early Saturday morning. That's when police say the driver pointed a gun out his window and fired shots at the officers. Police responding to a neighborhood near Camelback and I-17 last night after a witness reported shots being fired in the area. Phoenix officers finding shell casings near a car and detaining those inside before learning that the suspect fled the scene earlier. If you have any information about the incident, call Phoenix Police. A teenager rushed to the hospital after what police are calling an assault early this morning in Surprise. This is what the scene looked like near 163rd Avenue and Joe Max Road around 4 this morning. Details are limited, but the newsroom is making calls to find out exactly what happened here. But first, severe weather across the nation, damaging storms causing deadly flooding in the Northeast, while states in the West and the South are battling extreme heat. ABC's Andrea Fujii shows us the impact this is having on millions of Americans. On Wildfire Watch, crews are battling multiple fires in this extreme heat. First, some good news from the Flying V fire. The US 60 partially reopening last night as crews battled the blaze just east of Globe. So far, that fire is 5% contained. It's burned more than 800 acres. In northwestern Arizona, the Pilot fire has scorched more than 32,000 acres. At last check, it's 5% contained. And in western Arizona, crews are making progress fighting the Stockton Hill fire. This one's burned more than 580 acres. It's now 64% contained. As our scorching heat continues, some just can't avoid working outside, but there are steps you can take to try to stay safe. Construction workers, for example, wear construction hats with sun shields, neck gaiters, cooling caps, and cooling towels, and of course, drink lots of water with electrolytes.
We also chase the shade. So as the sun comes across the sky during the day, it casts a shadow on the building. We try the best we can to stay in that shadow throughout the day for the guys to stay cool.
Yeah, also try and take plenty of breaks. Crews also start working earlier in the day. Some get going as early as 4 or 5 in the morning and sometimes even midnight, depending on what they need to get done. Governor Katie Hobbs heads to Pima County today. She'll tour the Automotive Technology Innovation Center and Advanced Manufacturing Building at Pima County Community College. This year's bipartisan budget agreement included $2 million in funding for Pima County Community College, along with $1.7 million in investments for ongoing workforce funding in STEM fields.
Well, the heat is on. I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, and we continue this string of weather action days, now extended through Monday of next week, as excessive heat warnings sit in our valley forecast and areas out to the west for the next several days. Here in the valley tomorrow, back up above 110. We'll start out in the 90s, 91 degrees at 6 a.m., 97 at 9, and going up to 113 around 4 p.m. here in Phoenix tomorrow, with temperatures still in the triple digits around 9 o'clock tomorrow night. And as we head toward the end of the week, these temperatures are going to get even hotter, and we could even break records Thursday morning and Friday morning. Lows in the lower 90s, pretty close to the record of 93. And then Thursday afternoon and Friday afternoon, we are in record territory both of those days. In fact, as we take a look at your 7-day forecast here, it is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday where we could tie or break our daily heat records, and more extreme heat heading into next week, too.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.